Mani Padme Hum Om 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 Mani Padme. Father, Mother God, north, east, south, and west, sky and earth, we call upon you with love and light to guide us, protect us, and bless us. Hi, I'm Frank Craven. Thanks for tuning into What's Ailing, Healing America. And I'm sitting with
Sarah James.
Sarah James. Hi, where are you from?
Arctic Village, Alaska.
The Arctic Village, Alaska. And what brings you to New York?
Peace and Dignity Journey. We're doing West Coast to East Coast, and I didn't start in West Coast. I started in Phoenix, and we just completed a Peace and Dignity Journey for laborers and immigrants and border issue. I think there was about 17 of us, sometime more, and that ran with us, and we ran all the way through by taking turns and praying. It's a spiritual journey.
Now let me explain. Peaceandjourney.org.
No, Peace and Dignity Journeys with the S and .com.
Peace and Journeys.
No, Peace and Dignity.
Peaceanddignityjourneys.com.
Mm-hmm.
Is the information website.
Yes.
And you're a group of Native Americans are actually up to Canada and across the continent of America. That
Yeah,
often runs across the country and meets, right?
Right.
And so now you started, as I understand, in Santa Monica, California, from the Pacific Ocean, and went to the Atlantic Ocean to New York. I started March 2nd, so running about 80 miles a day, alternating. So we're taping this on May 9th, I believe. So March, April, May.
10th. It's 10th today.
May 10th.
May 10th. And that's what brought me here to New York. This Peace and Dignity it been ran across the continent 4 times already since 1992. And there's one that's been done every 4 years. The elders talk about it, the Quito, Ecuador, back in 1990 meeting. And then they first did it was 1992. And they ran from Alaska to Mexico City, but now, year 2004, we ran to Panama Canal because that divide the continental.
And then the southern natives ran up from Chile and Argentina up to Panama,
exactly.
Crossing all of America. But anyway, let me ask you particularly about your tribe and where you are from particularly.
Oh, I'm from Arctic Village, Alaska. Arctic Village is one of the 15 Kwitchen villages. Kwitchen people are Cariobou people, Porcupine Cariobou River people. And just like the buffalo is to the Plains Indians, we are Cariobou people. And we locate up in northeast Alaska and north of Yukon Territory and some of Mackenzie Delta area of Northwest Territory.
So you speak for the Cariobou Nation per se and the all the animal kingdom of that area. And
Yes.
on behalf of them, you're opposed to the drilling of oil.
Yes. And we call that place Coastal Plain of the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, a sacred place where the life began. Because
That's where life began?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I've talked to a few Alaskans who say, oh yeah, jobs, I want oil, America needs oil. There's a big argument. Even Congress is saying, okay, they approved this bill that they're going to go drilling in Alaska, which is, to me, terrible, and to you, terrible, but maybe to the viewing public is wonderful. They'll have cheaper oil, and why not? It's plenty of oil out there. There's plenty of land. Why wouldn't it be a wonderful thing?
Oh, and the oil from the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge is not going to help anything. There's not enough there. And it's very difficult and expensive to get that oil out of that land. And it's not going to be developed about 10 years from now, and there's still agreement that's had to be complied with between Canadian and U.S. border agreement on a lot of other protection for polar bears, protection for seal, protection for whale, protection for the caribou, protection for migratory birds and ducks. All these are agreement was already made, and that had to be complied with, because a place where the life began, or a sacred place where the life began, we say in our language. Not only for the caribou or to survive Kwitchen, is to protect all life, because the spirit that come in from Argentina, Africa, New Zealand, and that's how we all connected together. And it's also a birthplace. The only place where is 3 species of bears is found is polar bears, black bears, and grizzly bears. And the refuge still exists.
Oh, they coexist in harmony?
Yes.
Wow, there was a great movie out recently called March of the Penguins that talked about how beautiful they migrate 80 miles inland, and they nest their one little egg, for months on end, and they trade off, and it's so beautiful. I guess they could make a movie like March of the Caribou, and March of the Seals, and March of the Bear, March of any wildlife.
Yes, there's quite a few documentaries out there right now. Being Caribou is one of them, and Homeland is one of them, and Oil on Ice is one of them. They're out there right now and trying to get it to the public. So if you have a chance, be sure to look into. And then there's a big, huge article just came out in National Geographic. So
What, a
it's
recent issue, National Geographic, they have a whole thing about Alaskan wildlife.
Yeah.
Now, where you live, so you just survive by hunting.
Yeah.
There's not really much money exchanged, or it's barter, it's trade.
Yeah. That's what we mainly live by, is barter and trade, because we used to be nomadic people. Now we're colonized into villages on Canada side and U.S. side. There's 15 Kwitchen villages, and there's over 8,000 of us. And one of them is Arctic Village, and we're all Kwitchen. We speak Kwitchen, and we depend on the caribou that migrate through the border, and caribou don't see border, and Kwitchen don't see border. So that's how we live up there today. And 75% of our diet is wild meat, and most of it is caribou, and fish, and moose, and doll sheep, and birds and ducks, and small animals. And
So the Gitchin Nation is about how many people?
8,000 or more.
So you consider yourselves an independent nation of
Yes,
people?
we're one nation of people, because with one language, one caribou, and
And the history, it
one
goes
religion.
back hundreds, if not thousands of years, right?
Yes, 100. I know. There's a piece of artifacts in Ottawa Museum that think it's a piece of bone tools that we use even today to clean when we do the skin tanning. That same tools is sitting in the Ottawa Museum, thinking that it's dated back to 30,000 years.
30,000 years.
Uh-huh.
The Kitchen Nation has been. Here we are in my kitchen. how do you
The
spell?
easiest
how do you
way
spell
to
kitchen?
the easiest way to say Kwitchen is say which chin, and then
Which chin?
yeah, which
Chin? My chin,
but-
your chin, your chin. Which chin?
Yeah, and put G in the front and Kwitchen.
Oh, gee. Which chin?
Yeah.
Okay, and so you have an alphabet that you write out. Do you have literacy and?
Yeah, oh, yeah, we have literacy and,
Heritage. How long? What's
my-
that dated back to?
dated back in Hudson Bay Trappers or something there, and our language is it's always we always have our language. We believe the Creator gave us that language. We believe the Creator and put us where we are today.
Right. No. I understand. 30,000 years or so, there's scientists have dated material artifacts. So I'm talking about, in your recollection or knowledge, the written language, Kwitchen. How far back does that go? Is there an idea? 100 years? 1,000 years?
Oh, not written. We're not materialized people. We're with the land, and we're natural to the land, and we don't.
So there's no books. So there's no dictionary or language books.
There is now.
Oh, there's beginning to teach it in schools and stuff. Oh, good.
There is now since the contact. Since the contact and the first Western contact, there is written language right now.
Oh, and the first white man came onto your land, what?
I wouldn't know, because my people couldn't even understand English, couldn't understand the culture, and if I asked them, I'm asking, they should know when they got there.
How about the tribal elders or yourself or the children? Do they speak with the caribou? With the caribou, with the animals and the wildlife there? Do they have or the birds? Are they able to use the bird call or find words or sounds that? Communication.
If we don't have that communication or spiritual connection, we won't survive today. We won't even be here today. So we always have that relationship.
Oh, okay. So how do you survive the winter? It's very cold. It's freezing a lot up there.
We're natural to that area. And a lot of times they say we came over from the land bridge. So I want this one clear. And we believe the Creator put us there to take care of that part of the world, and that's our responsibility as Kwitchen people. And we never came from anywhere. We're not going anywhere. We're here to stay, and that's our history.
How is it that you don't freeze to death, though? How do you keep yourself warm or light a fire when it's all snowy and full of ice and cold?
There's a ways and means to take care of yourself in the winter. And I grew up there, and even right now, middle of the winter, if somebody gave me just enough to survive out in the country, I can't survive even a cold winter. And you have to understand the environment. You have to understand, read the what's going on, and you have to be alert, and you have to know what's coming. And the cold in Alaska, especially in Arctic village in that area or within the Kwitchen area, is dry, and you don't feel that cold that much. Cold to us right now up that way, cold to me is maybe 50 below, but 50
below? Zero Fahrenheit. That's cold.
And then
otherwise it's normal.
20 below is warm to me.
20 below zero is warm to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't survive because you have to learn about the environment before you can survive anywhere.
How about the lighting a fire? Before the advent of matches and stuff, how did you people get a fire going?
We have a flint just like everybody else.
Oh, flintstones make spark.
Uh-huh.
And
that's our life. That's the one we keep in our pouch, medicine bag. That's what we have, is a flint, and that's our life, and that's our way, and that's
so you just hit
that's
2
our
flintstones that spark, right?
Yeah.
And then what, you get little dry leaves or whatever you can to get
grass.
it done. Okay, and then what about so there's if there's not really any money or commerce going on, what do the government ask you for taxes, or what do they do? They're trying to infiltrate you with money and get you going in that direction, right?
Alaska received a huge amount of oil money from the Prudhoe Bay and the pipeline and all that, and revenue, and tend to help our operating school and other needs, and which is we as a Kwitchen people, we have the right to, and and we receive that, and not receiving it directly, but that's how we run how school and health service operate.
So
But
you have normal Western hospitals and schools and community houses built and modern methods, right? Or
yeah, in Fairbanks and Anchorage, but not in Arctic Village. Arctic Village is just a small clinic that connected to the other city doctors, and we get to talk to the doctor over the phone. Used to be, now it's over the computer, and that's how we take care of our local health service.
but wasn't there traditional healing ways too? And
Oh yes,
spiritual prayers and-
always traditional healing, and there's always we're trying to hand it down and to our next generation, and because we too, even though we're the last one to be contacted by so-called Columbus discovery, we still got affected very badly by first contact with Western culture, because before they got here, there was 100,000 of us, healthy, strong, and very well organized, and only die of old age, and because we're so well organized. When the change came upon us, it affected us really bad, and now there's only 8,000, even though we're the last one to be contacted by so-called Columbus discovery.
So you're going to the United Nations, the World Indigenous Forum on Indigenous Issues, and you're going to make a presentation on behalf of the Cariobou Nation, the Kwitchen Nation, and all of Mother Nature, right?
Yes, I always use my culture and my Kwitchen way of life to explain what's going on with the earth.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Grandfather, look at our brokenness. We know that in all creation, only the human family has strayed from the sacred way. We know that we are the ones who are divided, and we are the ones who must come back together to walk the sacred way. Grandfather, Sacred One, teach us love, compassion, and honor, that we may heal the earth and heal each other. Amen.
Hello. You made it.
Of course. You know, because I usually like seeing the too.
Los expertos en...
And it's good, you know, you have to do something. I've had a lot of friends that retired. All of them are gone. And most of them were younger than me. They're all 75.
So you got to keep busy after you retire.
You have to you have to do something, whether it's just walk around the block every day or read. You have to do something. You just can't sit in your easy chair all day long.
Gustavo Gutierrez.
And what do you do? What are you doing here? What's happening?
I'm the North American Coordinator for Peace and Dignity and General Coordinator for Peace and Dignity. The reason we're here is because we just had a run all the way from Santa Monica, California, from the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean. And the purpose was to bring awareness to the plight of migrant workers that are international migrant workers that in a lot of instances are called illegal, but the way that we look at things is that no human being is an illegal.
Absolutely.
All human beings have a right to make a living for their families. They have a right to so their families don't starve to death. And a lot of the people that are approaching this problem are approaching it in a negative way, and they're approaching it the wrong way because they don't stop to look at NAFTA and all this international treaty that have taken place that have done away with a lot of jobs in their home country. Because what has happened, a lot of their work was the big internationals going there, and because they want to make a profit, they start reducing the wages of the workers, or they eliminate the jobs. And so this was to bring attention to that problem.
Now, what is it exactly you do? You run? How does it work? You say, as I understand it, they run from Chile and Argentina up to Panama, and from Canada all the way down to Panama. Could you explain a little exactly the mechanics of what Peace and Journey's Dignity is and how it works?
Well, back in 1990, there was an intercontinental indigenous meeting that took place in Quito, Ecuador. And one of the things that was talked about at by the elders, by the committee, was how do we get to know each other again? And one of the peoples came up with the idea that we should have intercontinental run all the way from Alaska and all the way from La Patagonia, Tierra del Fuego, and meet in Teotihuacan, Mexico. We did that for 92, 96, 2000, and then in 2004 we did a run all the way to Panama. We started out at Patagonia or Tierra del Fuego, and from Alaska, from Sarah's home village up at the Arctic village that they call Arctic Village. And we couldn't run there because there's no roads. So we started out at a community called Chicaloon, which is Athabasca Nation. And we started there running. And the way we do it is that it's like a relay run. Yeah, and we carry sacred staff with us, and those staffs carry a message, because a lot of those staffs have eagle feathers, macaw feathers, condor feathers to represent the north, the south, and the central part of this hemisphere. So this is the way that we do it.
And that's what's being prepared now, right? To create the circle at the end of the run, a 4-day fire ceremony, and to put the staffs up. That's why they put these things up.
That's what we do every time that we finish a ceremony. We do a 4-day ceremony. We did it in Panama. We did it in Teotihuacan. And we do it everywhere when we finish a long run. We do a 4-day ceremony. And so this is the way that what we'll do is that we'll have a sacred fire here for 4 days. And like when we met at the Bridge of the Americas in Panama, then a signal was given to the person that was down below from the bridge, and he started the sacred fire the moment that the staff from the north and the Condor staff from the south got together, and they lit the sacred fire, and we had a ceremony for 4 days there.
And how is all of this funded? By donations or what?
Primarily by the people themselves. This is we don't have no corporation. We do not allow tobacco companies to finance us. We don't allow oil companies, pharmaceutical companies, because what they do is that they exploit our resources, and of course tobacco is sacred. Traditionally, we only use tobacco for prayer. We didn't use it as like a habit-forming thing, and that's one of the things that we have to be very careful. The other is that the pharmaceutical companies, what they do is they go into an area, and then they start investigating, and then they patent the medicine that have been used by Native Americans or traditional people for thousands of years, and then anytime that you want any part of it, they want you to pay them. So that's another reason that we do that. We have to be very careful about that. But it's like everything else. It's a run to heal oneself, to heal our nation, and to heal our people. And not only that, to heal the world. And in this run, we include the 4 sacred colors, because if we don't, then they'll say, "Wow, look at those Indians over there. What are they running for?" I've had runners from the Yukon, from Alaska, from British Columbia, from... Even we had, in 1992, there was a run started out of here.
Really?
Out of New York. Well, actually out of state up north.
New Hampshire, Connecticut.
And you're saying you don't want to pick up...
Yeah, see, for example, this tree fell over and these branches are up in the air, so we're trying to get those down. I'm going to try to chop all the way down to the end there where it lies.
Yeah.
And I don't want to pick up that other one because that's kind of laying down and it's going to slow water down when it rains.
So that helps stop erosion, you said?
Right, we don't want to cause you any erosion here, so we naturally want to have a good fire, you know, a ceremonial fire. But we also want to protect Mother Earth over here, that we don't take what protects her and what covers her.
Right.
So she's not eroded and your land won't be hurt. Then you can continue to have ceremonies here. What happens is you remove that debris from there, then you get what we call finger erosion, you know. You look at it from the bottom up and you'll see where it'll start to erode like a finger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the fingers on your hand, if you remove a lot of this debris that's laid down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
thank you.
It's taken us a long time to get it done that way, because, you know, we want to protect your land. At least I do.
Well, it's not my land. Well, I may pay taxes on it, but it's
Okay.
God's land, and I'm happy to
Right.
offer it up to the Native Americans from all across, from the top of Alaska and Canada down to the bottom of Chile, that have run for peace and dignity and are here to try to bring back a sense of recognition of unity of man and the rights of the Native people to claim their own without borders and white man's control. Right?
Everybody can live together in harmony.
Yeah.
Right. You're right. Thank you very much. Yeah.
It's easy to figure out that 9/11 was an inside job. It hurts me to have to shout that our government is a monstrous mob. USA is all alone, with shock and awful bombing war planned. The White House threatens my home with a murderous neocon clan. They hunt for fun and drop bombs, impose sanctions and poison vaccines. They trade in hard drugs, not guns, and pedophile porno obscenes. In fake and phony power of egomania and money, a devil's worship tower of secret military cunning. National security is a mask, an evil tombstone that killed John F. Kennedy and his brother, Senator Wellstone. Billionaires escape taxes, as more and more prisoners are slaves. Meanwhile, credit card maxes, even after we're in our graves. An enemy of the truth, the Constitution, public service. Politicians are aloof, that make good, decent people nervous. Pseudo-representatives that pretend to care about the poor, yet they're a preventative of democracy and freedom's core. Cheerleaders of war and bombs, dictators and torture and prison. No, let's listen to our war moms, who have a truly caring vision. For a country that stands up for freedom, truth, and justice for all. For a nation that lives up to the sweet, sacred clarion call. Inside our connected soul, of Mother Earth and Father Sunrise, that is more precious than gold, the love that makes everyone survive. The truth of God Almighty, in every moment and everywhere, is ignored by the fighting mandated by rulers who don't care. Hey, we're all enlightened, earth angels incarnate once again.